Alright, greetings from the Atacama Desert, the central Atacama Desert. Again, the driest non-polar desert on Earth. Sorry about that wind, by the way. So the temperature here is about, I don't know, maybe 70 degrees. It's very comfortable. It's just very, very dry. And again, that's because of that cold ocean current, that cold Humboldt current coming up from the south, which creates basically a permanent inversion layer. So you got warmer air up top, cold air down below, warm air. Basically, you need warm air, a low pressure system to get any kind of rain. What we have here is just basically a big pillar, a big pylon of cold air, a big high pressure system, colder, denser air that keeps this area dry. What you're looking out on is there's nothing out there. I mean, there's a handful of Cistanthe over there, Montiaceae, and that's basically the only plant you're going to see anywhere around here. Maybe one or two species of Tillandsia up on those hills. Again, just collecting occasional fog, but even I think we're too far inland for fog. So basically, anytime you get plant life, any kind of life, it's going to be at higher elevations or closer to the coast. So again, this is the driest non-polar desert on Earth. And it's not even that hot. It's just very dry. I mean, it's so dry. It's been dry. It's been a desert for so long. It's been theorized it's been a desert since the Jurassic. It's been theorized that it's been a desert so long, there's probably not even much of a soil seed bank out there. You know, whereas if you go to the Mojave Desert, where they still get rain, it's just sporadic and it's not very much, but they still get quite a bit of rain compared to this desert. You'll get massive wildflower blooms because there is a soil seed bank. There's all those seeds of various desert annual wildflower species just laying in that soil, laying in wait for rain. Here, I mean, that's the Cistanthe that you're looking at over there, and it's quite a beautiful one. That's the only thing. That's probably the only kind of seed here. Maybe one or two species of Boraginaceae, maybe a tequilia or something. It's basically the only kind of seed here you're going to get. And again, that is very, very sparse. You got to go up to 10,000, 11,000 feet to even get more of those. So it's a pretty interesting phenomenon. Driest non-polar desert on Earth, just completely barren. There's nothing. And it's probably been like this for quite some time. A couple dozen million years at least. I just gotta invest in a goddamn mic. Just bear with me here. All right, I'll get a mic at some point here for moments when it's windy like this. Here's that Cistanthe. Oh look, it's even got a nice piece of garbage in it. So you could see, I mean, this is a beautiful plant, and it's related to our native bitterroot, same family, Montiaceae. You know the bitterroot. You get quite a few of them in Montana. In fact, they named the whole goddamn valley after it. That, of course, is in the genus Lewisia, and this is Cistanthe. You get a Cistanthe in California, too. This is a very prominent genus down here. A lot of diversity. It's been very successful. Mildly succulent. Look at those leaves. Quite beautiful. And again, I mean, up at 10,000 feet, we saw fields of this stuff. Down here, you see maybe I don't know, half dozen every mile, if that. You can see we're growing in kind of a lower area here too. That's the only reason this is here. And again, Caryophyllales is the order Montiaceae. Cistanthe is the genus. Pay it some homage. Ooh, look, it's a plant. Here we have another intriguing member of the Loasaceae, the Velcro leaf family, common in the deserts and xeric areas of western North America on down into Mexico. You got Menzies in that family, Eucnid, aka the rock nettles, another genus in that family. They're very successful in the arid areas. You get quite a few Menzies species in California and quite a few more species in the American Southwest in general. They're known for having these somewhat irritating, almost barbed little hairs on the leaf. You can see just the littlest indumentum, of which is basically just a layer of hairs. Again, which Dieter's herbivory, but more importantly, it keeps that moisture from transpiring through those stomata in that leaf tissue. Look at the flowers. You got that's a shitty one here. Look at this one. 5 distinct petals, 5 distinct sepals, dozens of stamens. Again, that's Loasaceae, Velcro leaf family. There you go. You see that nice indumentum? All those tiny little hairs? Again, they help Dieter herbivory, but in this case, they're probably mostly keeping that moisture from transpiring out of those stomata. Stomata, of course, are the gas pores through which carbon dioxide goes in and water and oxygen come out. And most plants, they're located on the abaxial surface, that is the underside of the leaf. But in this plant, they're located on both sides, which makes sense. You know, I think in quite a few desert plants, they're located on both sides. Go big or go home, you know? Why not do both? Alright, over there you can see the Pacific Ocean. That's our saving grace. The Pacific Ocean and the corresponding fog bank, again, caused by those cool ocean currents coming up from the south. That fog bank means there's going to be more floristic diversity, and there's going to be quite a number of plant species growing there, which is way more than what we're seeing right now, which is nary a plant in sight. Just the same barren, rocky, dry, extremely windy bullshit. We have been on a very desolate road. We've seen probably, I don't know, 10 cars in the last half hour. Actually, 10 vehicles in the last half hour. Most of those have been trucks. We're about 2,000 feet right now, going down, headed west towards the ocean. Okay, so we've descended a bit. We've descended, we're about, I don't know, 3,500 feet now. Came down from 5,500 feet, which is where we were at when I last spoke to you, up there looking at the fog bank. You can see all those Copiapoa. It's Copiapoa hasseltoniana up there. And again, we have yet another fucking trucks. Yet another weird Asteraceae, another weird-ass member of the sunflower family. Normally, you know, you associate the species in the sunflower family with pretty soft, delicate foliage, can be kind of weedy. Down here in South America, it's an entirely different thing. Remember, this is where the family got its start. You get a lot of weird shit. This is a plant in the sunflower family. I think it's a Leucaria, but it's got very stiff, abrasive foliage. Kind of hurts to touch, pretty spiny, and it's got a pretty interesting individual floret corollas. Each one of those brown styles poking out corresponds to an individual floret, of course. And you got kind of an elongated capitula. I'm guessing this is a Eutychiaceae subfamily. I don't know. I shouldn't speak. But either way, you can see this has been filtered. This has been passed through a filter, an evolutionary filter, which has given it such abrasive foliage, probably as a response to being gnawed on. Either way, it's weird. It looks more like a conifer than a goddamn member of the sunflower family, but whatever. Back on the metamorphosed bullshit. Just cooked rock. In this case, cooked intrusive rock. Oh, is that some olivine? It had green minerals. Looks like a little bit of olivine in that. There's some right there. Anyway, here's Copiapoa hasseltoniana. Copiapoa does a really good job of looking weird as hell and quite alien. Look at those apical spines. Got a nice farina on there. That's basically that powdery, waxy coating. And then right at that apex, you got some almost golden trichomes. Black spines, golden trichomes. Who knows how old this plant is? That's what you call a massive fucker right there. Probably 3 feet across. Got numerous heads, and notice they're all pointing to the north. They're all pointing to the sun. Basically, to reduce the amount of surface area that's exposed to the sun. So mainly all that's hitting the sun is that apex. That's reducing temperature and reducing, I'd assume, loss of moisture as well, even though cacti are already pretty good at preventing their epidermal tissues from transpiring water. But a lot of Copiapoas do that. They point towards the sun. In the southern hemisphere, of course, the cacti point to the north. And then you go to Mexico, you get some cacti orientating themselves to the south, towards the equator. Same thing, towards the sun. Again, to minimize that surface area. The surface area that's exposed to solar radiation. can see they just, quite a few of them up there. They almost blend in perfectly. It's because they got that lower tissue's black. So I'd assume they're probably only photosynthesizing on the top too, since there's just looks like scar tissue down below. Okay, got tons of Copiapoas up there, more of them. And then down here, I just broke this bastard, brittle as fuck. But just another weird mutisioid aster, just another weird South American sunflower. Again, elongated capitula and foliage like a conifer. I mean, it's got foliage like a juniper or a yew. And again, it's just super waxy too. Got a lot of cuticular wax. Definitely a mutisioid. One of the earlier branching lineages. Jesus Christ, look at those styles too. Big ass purple styles poking out of there. So here's a nice variation on a plant that you normally don't see as a shrub. You normally see it as a weedy, small annual or perennial. This is a Oxalis gigantea. You can see it's got succulent stems, but it's still got typical, almost clover-like trifoliate oxalis leaves. There's the flowers. And again, those succulent stems, here's the stem. Almost about 2 inches around. Nice variation on a theme here. A desert oxalis. Grown in the fog deserts of northern Chile. And there's those leaves. Tiny leaves, pressed up to the stem. Almost sessile. I think it looks like they got a tiny little petiole in there. Rather large flowers though. Quite a conspicuous little shrub. In the Bay Area, you get a little weed called lemongrass. It's a non-native invasive. It's actually an oxalis species. It's not related to true lemongrass. But here again, here's a version of a shrub version of that little diminutive weed. God, what a weird plant. Gigantea is a very fitting species. My hands still smell. They smell from where I touched that little weird-ass purple sunflower. It smells like feet and ass. Isn't that nice? A plant that produces something that smells like feet and ass. Anyway, what do we got going here? It looks like we got a blooming Eriosyce. Little pink-flowered cactus growing right at the base of an Oxalis gigantea. Growing on the metamorphosed intrusives. I'm going to go up that sketchy hill. Let's look at this flower, though. God damn. I love these. You like cacti with black tissue? Do you like cacti with black epidermal tissue? Dozens of stamens. Can you let me see your stigma? Can you? I know it's in there somewhere. Oh. Hey, look, there's just pollen smattered all over that corolla. Fucking bees, man. Like pigs to a trough. Just smother that shit all over the place. The leaves on Oxalis are so crazy. Jesus. This looks like some sort of green coral. Alright, here we go. Looks like you got an ozero still going off. It's a weird genus. Asparagales is the order, or Asparagaceae in some cases. They throw in the family Asparagaceae and then put it in one of the subfamilies. But I do know it's the only genus in that subfamily to occur in the Americas. The rest I think are in Africa. Copiapoa Love Fest. Look at that. Look, you got some Alstroemerias finishing up. Very distinct fruits on those, huh? Still got a couple going off at the go. Alstroemeria. Alstroemeriaceae. Bomaria is another nice genus in this family. Now we got the rhizomes. Perennial rhizomes that they come back from. Liliales. So they're in the order of lilies, but a different family. And I think everything in that goddamn family is fucking gorgeous and really cool looking. Rather large flowers. You know, I told myself I wasn't going to go up any more sketchy talus. You know, but then I just lying to myself. Huh? Everybody's lying to themselves though. In one way or another, aren't we? Huh? Isn't that what shrinks are for? You prick. Look at it. There's another Alstroemeria. Copiapoa. Chile's endemic genus of cacti. Look Looking like weird ass clumps of worms. Large worms. God, what a cool genus. There's so much speciation in this, and again, the whole genus is endemic to Chile. It only grows in Chile. You don't get any in Peru. You don't get any in Bolivia. It's primarily a plant of the coastal fog deserts. Oh yeah, got a nice tomentose hairs. Look at all those Copiapoas. Hasseltoniana. Again, all oriented towards the north. All oriented towards the equator. Just the whole hillside covered in them. Look, a velvety apex. It's got a velvety apex. Where'd those little shits go that we're just pollinating? Little flies. Tiny little flies. I think there's a guy in there. I think he's hanging out in there. I think he's drunk. He passed out in the flower. Got at least 24 ribs, fuzzy black areoles, and a nice farina. A nice Dennis farina. A nice layer of cuticular wax in epidermal tissue. Maybe a little bit of, maybe some tiny trichomes. It's a massive plant. How old do you think that is? I'm going to go with like 120 years at least. Do you like fog? Is that where you get all your moisture? From the fog? Little Bomaria, or excuse me, Alstroemeria poking up from there. Bomaria, that's wishful thinking. So there we go. We're a couple miles further to the west, back in the fog bank. And where there's fog, the diversity increases exponentially. Look at this. We got a species of Euphorb. A woody Euphorb. Again, those are not actual flowers. That's actually a Cistanthe. That is a false flower head composed of many tinier florets. And those petaloid looking things aren't petals, they're just bracts. Euphorbias are some tricky bastards when it comes to flowers. There's that central ovary surrounded by 5 individual male flowers. Highly reduced, not too showy, you know. Not getting all fancy and shit. There you go. There's one still going off. See, so each one of those stamens is actually an individual flower. And it's quite woody, sir. Over here we got a species of tobacco. This has green flowers and get up to like 5 feet tall. I'll show you a couple down there. I think you'll like them. But even more interesting, this looks like a kind of schist. But it looks like it's almost serpentine. Both schist and serpentine are metamorphic rocks. Both are products of subduction zones. Serpentine is always a product of a subduction zone. Schist, you can get in subduction zones. You can also get in other areas where you might get some contact metamorphism. This is obviously, looks like a metamorphosed intrusive, but it certainly did look like there was some serpentine in here. Which is pretty interesting because, you look at it. Look at the sheen to it. It could just be a little bit cooked. It could just be a little bit metamorphosed. You got quite a few interesting things going on here. Look at this guy. Yeah, a very nice species of Copiapoa. Growing on the hard schist. That root probably goes at least 8 or 10 inches into that rock. You know, it probably gets a little narrow, but it wiggles its way in there. Here's another one. Definitely break your ass terrain. Look, they're all over. Look at that guy. Ooh, he's got some fruits. There's a nice little clump. Look at all this. Look at all those little poppers coming up. Looks like they're getting sunburned a little bit, though. God damn it! Sometimes you just can't avoid sketchy talus. This metamorphosed, this schist / almost serpentine. It's so sketchy to be fucking around on. It just crumbles so easily. Anyway, look at this. It's worth it to be up here, though. Pink flowers, long ass spines. Got a nice species of Eriosyce right here. A massive clump. A massive individual with multiple heads. Got some nice hairs on that perianth, on that hypanthium. God damn, what a color to them too. Look at it. Look at all those fucking stamens. Let me see if you can get an open stigma. Yeah, there you go. Real nice money shot of the corolla right there. Oh, there's a guy in there. Do you see that? You see? Who's in there? I wonder who's going to come out. Dusted with pollen. All right, that's pretty nice, you know. But just in case that's not enough. Just on the off chance that you're a real asshole and that's not enough. Let's take a look up here. We got something nice up here, too. We got something real good up here. Oh, yeah, look, it's a species of Tillandsia. Just about in bloom. You can tell this is obviously going to be hummingbird pollinated. It's got red flowers to it. Again, look at these for a second. You can see the trichomes. You can see the scale-like trichomes are still on those bracts. There's one with fruits. This has already been pollinated. Fruits look like they're almost ready. Maybe in about a week. And just the foliage alone on this bastard is... Oh, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's so silvery. It's a silver fax. Isn't that a creepy word? Whenever I heard it, I just kind of, ooh. Just a mental image. Anyway, let's not think about that now. Look at this Tillandsia. Growing on, that'd be growing on the schist. Growing on the sketchy schist. Which, I'm already going to break my hand on again. Get up nice. Look at those trichomes. All it takes is a little fog. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of fog. And you go from barren desert to this. I mean, literally 10 miles back. 10 miles to the east. Just barren. Nothing growing. You know, super bleak. You know, kind of like being in most modern cities these days. So here we got a plant. Relatives of pineapple. Relatives of Spanish moss. But it's growing in the desert. Instead of hanging in a shady oak tree in a humid New Orleans or anywhere in the south, it's growing on a desert cliff with Eulichnia and Echinopsis deserticola, nourished only by the fog in the coastal Atacama Desert. Every member of the sunflower family down here looks fucking crazy. Look at it. Look at how long those lobes are. So each floret's corolla has 5 long-ass lobes, plus those little pink styles poking out. But the disc florets tend to be a little white. And then look at the involucre. It's hairy. It's got bristles coming out of each filary, each little roofing bract shingle. God damn. That's a beaut, though. That's pretty nice. Isn't that nice? Do you like it? Got Eulichnia and then Echinopsis deserticola in the background, taking a little bit more of a sprawling habit. That guy right there. And then here's that Euphorbia again, just covered in lichen. You got like 3 different species of lichen. Again, that's all because of the fog. But they got these little swollen members. Looking like galls. Or they're just stem storage mechanisms. I don't know. You know, I don't even want to venture to guess. What the shit is this? You got a phytolacca down here? Just looking like a pokeweed. Let's see. Yeah. Not a purple stain anywhere. We used to throw these at each other as kids. Nice, I don't forget what species in the Midwest, but it stains like hell. Except these are super glabrous. Super glabrous leaved. Ugh. They feel kind of gross, actually. They're like They feel like wet leather. You think you're overdoing it a little bit? Isn't this just a little bit too much, huh? Huh? Echinopsis? Jesus Christ. They're like you're like covered in 6-inch toothpicks. Look at it. Look at the new spines though. Ooh, they're so soft. Ooh, so soft and supple. God damn it. Euphorbia and then that Oxalis gigantea. There you go. Echinopsis. Deserticola. Looks like you got your little flower stuck in your own spine. So what are you gonna do, huh? Ooh. Rumpin' buds. See the buds just pop right out of the areoles right there. It's what you call that's what you call being a rumpant. Except I don't see too much hair on this Gypothamnium yet. Look at those scales though. Technically leaves. Yeah, you're kind of fucked. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're gonna have to figure that out on your own. And here you got a species of tobacco, a nice nicotine. The leaves on all these super glandular. My thumb's gonna stink. Actually, that's not too bad. But look, you can see the glands. Oh yeah. Nice solanaceous corolla. 5 sepals, that's the calyx, and then 5 fused petals, all fused together, all united in a tube. Yeah, looks like that might be is that hummingbird pollinated too? You know, it's not red, but it's elongated. I don't know enough about the pollinators of South American Nicotiana species, so I should probably shut my goddamn mouth. It is a beautiful corolla though, huh? It's a beautiful flower. You can almost see what's going on in there. God, it's so glandular. Yeah, central style. It's like a turquoise style, and then 5. You should have 5 stamens in there, and it'd be the glands on everything. Look at the glands. Cactus spines are a good substrate to grow on if you're liking, I guess, huh? Looks like someone's dog threw up on this thing. Still beautiful in its own way, though, huh? Well, that's pretty nice. You got quite a few of them just recessing into the soil right there. But then you got these guys. Looks like they just got scraped up. Looks like there's been some land clearance. I wonder what stupid shit they were doing this for. Cattle or something? Jesus Christ. That's gonna take years to come back. With how little moisture this area gets, how much aridity, it's gonna take forever. God damn. What is the fucking purpose of that? Fucking people. Here you go, a little Copiapoa. Little Copiapoa clump. Notice how it's got the tubercles, not the ribs. I guess it's got ribs a little bit. But they're accentuated. The areoles are accentuated in the tubercles. And there's those flowers. Man, they're going to look nice when they go off. But it's just not warm enough. Look at it, those flowers. They'll probably be opening tonight. Maybe just need a little bit more warmth. God, Echinopsis is great, huh? Here's that Ozero. That Asparagaceae family. Wonderful lineage of monocots. Who doesn't love geophytes, huh? Look at it. You must have 12 different species of lichen growing on this guy. On his massive Echinopsis. Or now I guess it's Trichocereus. They can't make up their mind. These assholes. I think a lot of it is people trying to make names for themselves. I don't know. You keep renaming genera. Just going back and forth, back and forth. Now they had 3 different names for this genus. So just pick one. At this point it's all subjective. I mean, the limitation of generic can be subjective anyway, but God damn, look at it. And this yellow, oh Jesus Christ. This yellow stuff is like a goo. It's almost sticky. Just a massive old bastard. Well, you can tell we're close to the ocean. Just right back in a fog zone. There's Senecio back there. There's so much lichen on this guy. I don't know how he gets time to photosynthesize for himself. Because you got a little bit of chlorophyll, got a little bit of green up at the top of those columns, but got to be 10 different species of lichen on this guy. And then this species that likes to grow prostrate is about the flower. All over the place. Each one is about the flower. Oh, this Echinopsis flower smells intoxicating. Ooh. God damn it. Get in there. Look at the buds have like a little pink tinge to them. A little rust-colored tinge. Just got to be careful when you're smelling those not to poke your eye out. Alright, here's something pretty incredible. This is a member of the Amaryllis family. This is Rhodophylla. Another wonderful geophyte. Just bright pink, sticking up like a flag. Like a big pink flag out of the barren, rocky shit soil. Actually, it looks like a rather nice metamorphosed intrusives. Really stands out. Looks like they're just about finishing up. Just an organ pipe of spines. A phalanx of spines. Those flowers are just about to open. There's a couple open up top. They smell really good. Intoxicating, if you will. This little pink Rhodophylla. No! Oh, God! Look at this guy. It's one of the meaner members of the Loasaceae, the Menzelia family. Look at his fuck. Jesus, I can't even touch him because he'll sting me. Look at those stingers on there. But he's got quite an interesting flower. Let me see if I can use a stick. Use a stick, get that thing. Flip him upside down. I can't. Oh, fuck it. Whatever. Just take one for the team. There you go. What an interesting little flower, huh? Some weird Loasa. Again, Menzelia family, Blazing Star family, but this is one of the meaner versions. There's the fruit. He's mostly done flowering. A lot of stuff is mostly done. A couple different species of Echinopsis. One's probably in Trichocereus now until they decide to throw it back, you know. I think one of these these ivory tower guys, these high-class academics need some, every time they need some credibility or some notoriety or something, they just throw shit around, you know? I mean, it's, most of the time I support that, if there's good DNA work behind it. But I think this is just, you know, I think this is just the cactus guys being cactus guys. No offense to the cactus guys if any of you are watching it. But look at those stingers. Look at those urticating hairs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's just take that and just smack it right on my fanny. That's exactly what I said. Did you hear me right? Yeah, I mean it. That's what I mean. Up, just take me to church with that and just spank me. Spank me right on the altar. Just put it right on my fanny. I want to be in pain. I just want to feel it. Oh, God. What's the matter with me? Think I've been hiking too long? I probably didn't eat enough, you know? I had some of the Coke with sugar, and normally I try to stick to the diet, but I think this time I had some of the sugar, you know, because they don't use the high fructose corn syrup, and I heard it was healthier. So now I got a little bit of a sugar hook. I'm probably mildly diabetic too. I don't know. But look, there's the calyx. There's the calyx on that guy. Oh, just put it right on my fanny. Look at all those urticating hairs. Oh, God. Quite a few Alstroemerias going off still. You know, but this habitat, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, this habitat looks a little disturbed. Something's going on here. It's fucking everything up. It's ruining Christmas for these plants. Nice little fruits. God, Alstroemeriaceae, what a family, huh? Holy shit, how many genera? Like 3 or 4? Used to think there was only 2. I gotta go check that, you know? But, every genus in it's beautiful, I'll tell you that. There's the dog vomit lichen. There's that spiny bastard again. What a mean plant. Strap-shaped corollas on those florets, though. I guess they're ligules. They're actually, you know what? The flowers almost look bilabiate. Hard to see unless I get up and dissect them. I don't really feel like doing it right now. You know what I feel like doing? So I feel like eating a couple empanadas and then passing out. Been kind of a long day. So I'll end it at that. Don't you have a good evening? Go fuck yourself. Bye.